Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So, with patch 13 last week, there were a number of quite large changes brought into Fallout 76, and perhaps the biggest one is the new map for Nuclear Winter, focused on Morgantown. And with it being out for about a week now, I've had a bit of time to play it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it, to be honest. I think the map's really good fun. I get the general feeling that quite a lot of people are enjoying it. There's a few mixed feelings, but it's a lot of fun. It's different and similar in some ways as well to the old Flatwoods map. I think one of my favourite things is that the map seems on the whole to do much the same stuff as the first map did, but it does more of it. It does it in a bigger way, which kind of fits with the style and the theme and the feel of Nuclear Winter really well, I think. So obviously the central region and the biggest feature of the map is Morgantown proper, the main city area, which is similar to Flatwoods in the sense that it's got multiple levels, it's got streets and so on and so on, but it's much, much bigger, it's much more of it. I had occasions where I spawned in at Morgantown High School, found myself in the company of a couple of other teams and had to run for it, and managed to shake them off, disappear down a side street and watch them go running in completely the wrong direction, which was quite funny. It also gives you a lot of options for verticality, which again you had a few of in Flatwoods, but you've got way more now. And you've got more options for ambushes, more options for escape, more places you can go, more places you can look and explore and hide and all manner of good things like that. And it makes for a lot of fun. I have noticed the end zones tend to move away from the city, which is a little unfortunate. I have had the one end game there, which made for a really interesting, very dynamic, different type of ending to the game, which was cool. But there does seem to be a trend to move away rather than towards it, I've noticed, which a little bit of balance there might not be a bad thing. Speaking of things that it does similar but different, we've got, much like with the first map, we've got a lot of verticality, a lot of wooded areas, a lot of areas outside the town. But there's more of it. The hillsides around Monongah are very steep. Moving down the hillside's not too bad. You can sort of mountain goat your way down the cliff faces without too much trouble. Getting up them is an entirely different matter. Sort of throws into context a little more why the quick staircases came in, which is really cool. And it certainly makes the navigating the terrain even more important when it comes to getting your positioning right for later circles, which is cool. Adds a very interesting dynamic, and you find yourself trapped in an area in a way that you didn't really have that kind of an issue so much with the Flatwoods map. You could find a few areas where the zone could trap you next to a cliff, but not very many. There's a lot more of that in the Morgantown map, so it's something you really have to bear in mind. The wooded areas, they're a little more dense, the foliage is a bit deeper in a lot of places, so you can kind of stealth your way through a lot more. It's also really fun to kind of sort of move through with a group or sort of fire down onto teams moving down below from the cliff edges, which is really cool. You've got some really cool sort of key locations aside from Morgantown as well. Sort of on the edge, you've got the train yard and airport, and you've got the Eastern Regional Penitentiary, Grafton Steel, Grafton Dam, and the Monongah area. All which are really good areas for groups to start out and gear up in. They're decent-sized areas with a good amount of gear in, but hotly contested as well, so it's that's the risk you have to take if you go for one of those locations. But there's also a few areas, like to a lesser degree Bolton Greens, there's a few power pylons that are good places to find loot. There's the mansion halfway up the hillside that's very small, but it's not bad if you're trying to sneak your way through on your own. A few other spots as well that are quite good for sort of the solo player, or somebody who's looking for a quieter start, which is fun. So I think the map's got pretty much everything it had before, but more of it, and it grabs you in a way that the other one didn't, or it did for me. Which, yeah, I think it's come out really well, this map. It's a really nice addition. Not sure how I feel about the whole game's been moved over there rather than having map selection, but given that the lobbies are still a bit of a struggle at times, I do tend to play late in the evening though, so that's kind of what you'd expect, but they're not as busy as we might like. Even with the new map. There's been a little bit of a resurgence, so we'll have to see how that lasts, but hopefully in the future we'll have more maps and more options, and you never even know. Solo mode would be nice, but yeah, all in all, I think it's a really nice addition to the game mode and really good fun to play. Obviously there's still a few areas around Nuclear Winter in general that I would like to see changed. Personally, I think the perk system is just a bad idea and shouldn't be in the game, and I don't think Thames are the best idea either, with the exception obviously of like stim packs and stuff. But that's just my feelings and coming from the Battle Royale background that I have. But all in all, it's good fun. I think one of the reasons that perhaps I'm a little biased in favour of the map is that with a little help from Skyrim Lord and Tim, we finally got our first win as well in Nuclear Winter the other night. So I thought to round out this little mini review, I suppose, we'd stick that on the end and you guys can have a look at that. I should say there's a few audio issues, which are 98% on my end. Unfortunately, I'm trying to figure out how to balance off Discord with streaming audio and stuff like that. It's a bit of a technical challenge, but we'll get there. I've done what I can to clean things up a little bit, but we've also cut down some of the less exciting parts as well, so hopefully that'll be a bit more manageable for you. For now, I do hope you enjoy watching this little round, despite the somewhat dubious ending to it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the new map from Morgantown.
We tried the train yard. We haven't been over there much today.
Okay.
We got lucky.
Good call.
There's a few bits and pieces on this side of the river other than the airport that we could possibly pull off, but there's two teams at the airport, so they'll be busy with each other.
You need it.
And I forgot what I was doing for a second there. Well, I've got a gun. Not a good gun, but it's a gun. Firing a respectable amount of ammo, but nothing to actually launch this ammo out of. Yeah, if anybody's got a gun and not much ammo, I've got a lot of ammo and no guns. Yeah.
Got a laser pistol for you.
That's probably the one thing I haven't got ammo for. I've got a 44 and a crossbow, but I've got a load of bullets for other guns that I just don't have at the moment. This works. It did! Found some power armor on top of the tower up here. So in that regard, I could be worse off.
Just rest op je though.
Yeah, I see him. You got him?
Yeah, and it's got a nice stack of loot.
Oh, awesome. It's also invisible.
Yeah,
cannot
that's
see him.
probably because I got all loot already.
Some scout armor here if anybody needs. Well, if we head over to the pub, we'll be in the zone. Head to the Winchester and all that stuff.
That's about 3 steps ahead.
No good to me, that. Yeah, got a nice cold pint and wait for this to all blow over.
What's that movie called again?
Shaun of the Dead. That's what I was angling for, anyway.
Oh yeah. We should take it easy. Try and get there quietly and safely.
Yeah, how are we doing on the zone? I think we're doing quite well, aren't we?
Yeah, very good.
I'm going to push off towards these huts in front and see if I can get any more guns out of them. I had a little look from the roof of my sniper and I couldn't see anybody.
Your survival is not important to me. If it is to you, I suggest moving to safety.
Anybody need scout armor? There's a dead feral ghoul up here with some.
fine. I've got scout rifle.
There's a Gauss rifle here as well. Don't think it's an improvement for me. I think we need to head a bit further south and then cross the river from the look of this. Because it's over the other side now. Fight going on in Morgantown over here, but I think we probably best off trying to get across about here. There we go, that's better.
Yeah, seems good.
Yeah, it seems quite enough. A couple of good points to look out from up here, but I don't know if we'll be able to get on them and still be in the zone. No. We do need to push on this way though.
There's some fighting going on where you want to push.
We'll hold back and see what's going on first. We're not exactly well geared right now. Well, I'm not. Reasonable meds, but not much else.
We're in the safe zone anyway.
Yeah, most of the zone's actually going to be up in front of us that way. Means there are going to be people coming in from behind us this way. Morgantown lot are in trouble. Down here a bit and see if we can spy out the rest of the zone.
There's a mutant hound up there.
I'll get him. Got him. Right, the zone's straight off in front of us. Force what's left of Morgantown out. I think up the road there's going to be where the trouble comes from first. Biggest concern is most of the zone here is just wide open in front of us. There's somebody's camp up there.
Should I run for it? Because someone's gonna have to.
I think if we head straight ahead towards this fence line, I don't know if that'll be in or not. Whoever owned that camp up there has clearly died because the camp's disappeared and their bag's floating in midair.
Are we try and flank him? Flanking him was...
Not them, right.
Got one. Don't know where the rest of them are. At least we got one. Two down. Somebody off to our left, and that presumably leaves most of them up the hill. But I only got downs on them, so I've got at least one teammate out there somewhere.
Disappointing candidate. No great loss.
Yep, two of them there. Those two are both dead. They've got one friend out there somewhere. Now we push.
Your team
Run.
has destroyed an enemy squad. Seems they chose their comrades.
Too late for it.
Nice work. 5 left and 3
The
of them
old
are them.
classic.
Outside of the safe area, candidate.
I was going to try and shotgun him with the ghost rifle, but he got burnt by that. So.
Well, we managed to hold him out and we won, so... over that way. There's a This could be a problem.
Up the hill.
Yeah, I'm running. We in here?
Possibly.
Not quite, but we've nearly got the zone on these guys. They're down at that house and they're going to be knackered. Oh, the other team's over there. Exactly geared for this though. See if we can push up and get the high ground. Probably not. Not going to do my frame rate any good, but I think I need to go third person here. TV2 and they're definitely up here somewhere. This grafter monster up here. Well, they've got to be just over the hill from us here then. Kind of hoping I might have some or chems or something, but well, at least we know where they are now.
They're shooting here.
That means 2v1. Ready?
Scorched Beast.
Yeah, see if we take this guy out.
Yeah, see if he will. fight with
2v1
that.
if we can do that. Oh, we won! We won it!
Brilliant.
Mostly by letting him die too. I don't know whether it's a scorched beast of the zone, but he managed to die before we
Yes.
found him. Big
I
goal.
won as well.
Yes.
Don't know how this was going as my win, but okay.
You contributed.
I joined at the same time, that's about it. Okay.
Well, I don't know, you managed to draw our attention to somebody who might shot us in the back, if nothing else, so that worked.
Yeah.
Definitely contributed, because I turned and killed somebody that I only saw because you were fighting him. So, definitely a contribution there. But that's, I don't know about you guys, but it's definitely my first Nuclear Winter win. So, GG's. Thank you to you guys for helping with that.
Yeah, that's my first one.
That'll be all 3 of us? Or have you already got one, Skyrim Lord?
I have one in the past. Once.
You have. Once. Okay, that's still good though. I got a feeling you had done.
So yeah, not quite the ending to the round we would have liked. We'd like to take that last guy out ourselves, but you know, a win's a win. But yeah, good times were had. So I do hope you enjoyed this one. You found it useful and informative. If you did, please do hit those likes and subs for us. It's very, very much appreciated. Social media links down in the description as well if you want to keep up to date with me on Twitter, Facebook or Instagram. And if you particularly enjoyed the content, please do consider becoming a channel member as well. The support is hugely, hugely appreciated. And as you can see from this, we're having a lot of fun with the live streams as well, so keep an eye out for those. If you hit that little bell notification, you'll know when I go live. Now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.